Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss few solved problems based on K-map, and I will be covering the problems based on 2 variable, 3 variable and 4 variables. Let us start with the same. First of all, we are going to discuss various steps that we have to follow before start simplifying any K-map quotient. Step number 1 is we need to draw the K-map as per the given problem. That means if the problem belongs to 2 variable, 3 variable or 4 variable, we have to identify that and then we have to draw an empty K-map. Step number 2 is we need to fill now the values. If the problem belongs to SOP, sum of product, then we have to fill respective ones in the K-map. On the other hand, if the problem based on POS, product of sum, then we are supposed to fill zeros in the empty K-map. Step number 3 is once we have filled the whole K-map with the respective zeros and ones, then we have to go for the grouping. A very important point while discussing the grouping point is the group can only contain 2 raised to power of n cells. That is 2 raised to power of 0, 1, 2 raised to power of 2, 2 raised to power of 1, that is 2, 2 raised to power of 2, that is 4, 2 raised to power of 3, that is 8, and so on, so forth. That means we can only have a group size having 2 raised to power of n cells. But there are 2 important points that we have to consider. The group size must be maximum. That means if we are able to go for a group of 4, then we are not going to make 2 separate groups having 2 cells. Okay. So that means the group size must be maximum and the number of groups must be minimum. So if one problem can be solved by grouping only 2 groups, we are supposed to go for that only. And if you are going to make or if you are going to simplify the same quotient by grouping total 3 groups, the solution will get wrong, because the answer although you are going to get, but the answer is not the simplified answer. And the final, you need to simplify the final answer by grouping zeros for POS and ones for SOP. That means if the question is asking you to write down the answer in SOP, you need to go for the groupings of 1. On the other hand, if the answer as per the given question, you need to write down the answer in POS, then the grouping of 0 is going to be done. Now let us start with the problem. Let us take the first problem. Minimize the following Boolean function in SOP. Now we need to write down the answer in SOP as per the given question, and this is the given question: summation small m 0 1. So what is this summation small m? Summation small m is SOP. Hence in block number 1 and block number 0 we need to fill 1 because the question belongs to SOP. Step number 1, how many variables are there in the K-map? 2. So let us draw a 2 variable K-map. Step number 2, fill the respective ones as the question belongs to SOP in the given K-map. So I have filled my block number 0 and my block number 1 with the respective value 1, and the empty places will be filled with 0. Now what is step number 3? Step number 3 is grouping. As already discussed that we can only have horizontal or vertical group. Grouping of 4 is not possible because as to write down the answer in SOP we can only group ones with ones. So grouping of 4 not possible. Grouping of 2, yes, it is possible. So I have designed a group of 2, as you can see it over here, which has been highlighted with the help of this group. This is the group which I have designed. Now let us discuss how to write down the answer. But before writing down the answer, we need to mark the areas on both the sides. So this is the marking area for OA. So in this area, our group is actually being covered. On the other hand, for the variable B, this is the area where our group is actually being captured. Now let us write down the final answer. A is only having one value for whole group, which is 0. That means A bar. As you can see it over here, I have written A bar. Why A bar? Because in SOP, 0 is written as the variable bar and 1 is written as variable itself. On the other hand, B. For now, the value for B, it is having 0 as well as 1. as the value is changing, for the group capture, it is having the value 0 as well as 1. We are unable to decide whether to go for 0 or 1. So in such cases, we have to ignore the variable. Hence, the final answer is y is equal to a bar. The second example. So now the second example belongs to POS. Minimize the following Boolean function in POS. Now I need to write down the answer in product of sum and FAB, hence two variable K-map, pi capital M. What is pi capital M? Pi capital M is nothing but POS. That means in block number 0 and block number 2, we have to fill 0. Why? Because the quotient belongs to POS. Here comes our two variable K-map and the values are already there. Block number 0 and block number 2 are filled with 0 because the quotient belongs to POS. On the other hand, the remaining empty K-map is going to be filled with the opposite entry, that is 1. So we have already filled the K-map. Now the next portion, grouping. Now the grouping will be done for zeros. Why zeros? Because we need to write down the answer in POS. Here comes the grouping of zeros, and I have already marked the group areas on both the axes as discussed for the previous example as well, A and B. Now in POS, everything is reverse as compared to SOP. In POS, 0 is written as variable itself, whereas 1 is written as variable bar. Let us talk about variable A. So variable A is having both values, 0 as well as 1. The changing value, we are unable to decide whether to go for 0 or 1. So the changing value will always be ignored. Hence, ignore variable A. On the other hand, variable B. So variable B is only having one value, which is 0 for our group area. So this is the group area. The group area is actually where the group lies. Okay. So B is only having one value, that is 0. So in POS, 0 will be written as variable itself. Hence the answer is y is equal to P. Next problem. This is another type of problem that you may get in the terms of your Boolean expression y is equal to a b dash c plus a dash bc plus abc plus a b dash c dash, and you need to write down the answer now in SOP. As you can see it over here, the portion already belongs to SOP, that is sum of products, and we already have three variables with us, so we have to draw a three variable K-map. Just a hint, if the portion, the problem is not written in standard form, then it is always suggested to write down the quotient in standard form first. Otherwise, there will be a lot of confusion while filling the K-map. But the quotient which I have taken over here is already in standard form, that is the canonical form. So we are not going to convert this into the standard form. Now how to fill the value? In SOP, variable is written as 1, variable bar is written as 0. So here we come 1, 0, 1, that is block number 5, 0, 1, 1, that is block number 3, 1, 1, 1, block number 7, and we have 1, 0, 0, because A is 1, B dash is 0, C dash is 0, that is 4. So 1, 0, 1, 5, block number 5, 0, 1, 1, block number 3, 1, 1, 1, block number 7, and 1, 0, 0, that is block number 4. So we have already filled all the respective ones because the quotient is SOP. On the other hand, the empty spaces will be filled with the help of opposite value, that is 0. Here comes the opposite value in the remaining blocks. Step number 3, grouping. Let us start with the grouping. A grouping of 8 is not possible. Next step, a grouping of 4 is also not possible. Next, a grouping of 2. Yes, a group of 2 is possible. So here comes our first group, and here comes our second group. Okay, so that is y is equal to group number 1 plus group number 2, because we are supposed to write down the answer in SOP, sum of product. Number of groups must be minimum and the group size must be maximum. So we have to follow these two important points while simplifying any question belongs to K-map. Let us write down the answer for group number 1. So this is the group area that we have marked. First is AB, A1, B0, that is A dot B bar. The variable C, 0 as well as 1, the changing value, so we are unable to decide whether to go for 0 or 1, hence ignore variable C. So the answer is AB dash. Second group, let us write down the answer for the second group, and I have already marked the areas, group areas over here. AB, A0, A1, changing value, ignore. Second variable B, B1, B1, so B is having same value in both the group areas, hence B. Why B? Because B is equal to 1. On the other hand, C. So as per our group area, this is our group area. As per our group area, C is only having a single value which is 1. So hence C. So the final answer is Y is equal to A dot B dash plus B dot C. Next, again the same problem. But now for this problem, the change I have mentioned over here. Now we have to write down the answer in POS, that is product of sum. As already discussed, in POS, that is product of sum, we are supposed to go for the groupings of 0 instead of 1. So let us start making the grouping of zeros now. We can't have a group of 8. We also can't have a group of 4. Grouping of 4 is not possible. The last option, group of 2, yes, that is possible. So we can have a group of 2. These are the group of 2 that we can have like this. Okay. As now we need to write down the answer in POS, product of sum. So here comes product of sum. Group number 1 dot group number 2. So this is very important that you need to write down the product of now both the groups. Let us start writing down the answer from group number 1. So here comes our group number 1. A, B, both are 0, 0. And we are going to write down the answer in POS. Everything is opposite in POS. 0 means variable itself. Hence, this is A0, that is A plus B0, that means B. A plus B. On the other hand, the value of C, 0 as well as 1. Changing value, ignore. Hence, the answer for group number 1 is A plus B. Similarly, group number 2, so this is the group area for group number 2. 0, 1, 1, 1. So this is the value 0, 1, 1, 1. The value A, 0 as well as 1. Changing value, ignore. So let us ignore variable A. On the other hand, variable B, 1, 1. So B is having value 1 for both the entries, for both the group areas. Hence, let us write down the answer. B is equal to 1, that is B dash. Similarly, C. C is only having value 0, that is C. Hence, the answer for group number 2 is B dash plus C. So, this is how you are going to write down the answer in POS. Such questions can also be given to you that convert SOP to POS or POS to SOP. So, the solution is just grouping of 1 will give you the answer in SOP. Grouping of 0 will give you the answer in POS. Next problem. Minimize the given function in SOP. And how many variables are mentioned as per the given question? 4. So we have drawn a 4 variable K-map, step number 1. Step number 2, fill K-map. So summation small m signifies we have SOP. 0, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Also students, how to draw a K-map and how to fill all the block numbers in an empty K-map, you can refer my previous videos regarding the same, in which I have explained everything, how to draw the K-maps and what are the rules for the groupings and for the simplifications. Okay, so I have filled all the ones in the respective blocks in a 4 variable K-map, and the empty values will be filled with the opposite case, that is 0. So I have filled the whole K map with the help of entries of zeros and ones. Now let us start grouping. Once again I am repeating the two important points. Group size must be maximum and the number of groups must be minimum. Now let us start grouping. Starting from the maximum group that we can have, a group of 16, not possible. A group of 8, not possible. A group of 4, yes, that is possible, a group of 4. So here comes a group of 4, here comes another group of 4. So you can have a look over here, a group of 4, and here as well a group of 4. Okay, so we are able to go for 2 groups of 4. Let us consider remaining ones because now we are unable to go for a group of 4. Now the next option that we can have group of 2, yes, that is possible. A group of 2 is possible. So this is a group of 2, block number 3 and block number 11, and this is again a group of 2. Hence we are able to cover all our ones as per the given portion with the help of total number of groups to be equal to 4. So this is the grouping which I have done over here. Write down the first answer. A, B, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So A, 0, 0, 1, 1. Changing value, ignore. B, 0, 1, 1, 0. Changing value, ignore. We must get a constant value of any variable so as to include the same variable for writing down the answer. So A and B continuously changing, ignore. C, D, only one value is there, that is 0, 0. So C0 means C bar, D0 means D bar. This is the first answer. Second answer, 0, 1, 1, 1. Let us talk about A variable first. 0, 1. Changing value, ignore. B, 1, 1. Constant value 1, include B. C, D, C, 0, 0. Same value, write down in answer. C is equal to 0, that is C bar. D, 0, 1. Changing value, ignore that. Okay. So the answer for group number 2 is B dot C dash. Group number 3 is now a group of 2. As you can see it over here, this is our group number 3 in which we are going to have a group of 2 only. Let us mark the areas once again. So here for A and B, these are the group areas. 0, 0, 1, 0. Initially let us talk about A. So A 0, A 1. Changing value, ignore. Second is B, 0, 0. So for both the cases B is equal to 0, hence B bar. The value of C and D, both the values are equal to 1, 1, and we do not have any separate value with the help of which we are supposed to compare the values. Hence C is equal to 1, D is equal to 1, that is C dot D. And the last group is again a group of 1. So this is a group of 2. The last group of 2. 1, 1, 1, 0. A is equal to 1 for both the cases. A. B is equal to 1 here. B is equal to 0 here. Changing value, ignore. Here comes the value of C and D. C is equal to 1, that is C. D is equal to 0, that is D bar. So this is how we can write down the whole answer, the simplified answer, with the help of 4 groups, as we are supposed to write down the answer in SOP. That is why I have taken the groupings of 1. So this is the same example which I have taken as problem number 5. But now the difference is we are going to write down the answer in POS. So such kind of questions can be there for the conversion, that means convert SOP to POS. Now as we are supposed to write down the answer in POS, then we have to go for the groupings of zeros. So zeros grouping will give us the answer in terms of POS. Let us start grouping. Starting with grouping of 16, not possible. Grouping of 8, not possible. Grouping of 4, That too is not possible. Grouping of 2, yes, that is possible. Here comes a group of 2. Here comes a group of 2. And the final one, here comes a group of 2. So the answer is 3 groups are sufficient for grouping zeros altogether. So some of the students are going to make a new group having block 7 and block 6, which is wrong. Why? Because block number 7 and block number 6 are already being occupied in some other groups. This will just unnecessarily increase the number of groups. As already discussed, number of groups must be minimum. So the final answer will have only 3 groups. Let us start writing down the answer. Group number 1, group number 2 and group number 3. So as we are supposed to write down the answer in POS, product of sum G1 dot G2 dot G3. First group G1. 0, 1, 1, 1. Variable B is not changing and is having value 1. But now we are going to write down the answer in POS, hence the reverse order will be followed. That means B is equal to 1 will be written as B bar. On the other hand, C is equal to 1, D is equal to 1 for this group area, hence C bar, D bar. So this is the first answer, product of sum. Second group, so here comes the second group, 0, 0, these extreme edges, 0, 0, 1, 0. So again, B is having a constant value that is equal to 0. Hence, B is equal to 0 will be written as B. Similarly, C 0, C, and D 1, 1 will be written as D bar. And here comes the last group, group number 3, 0, 0, 1, 0. Variable A is not changing and is having value 0. Hence, variable A. On the other hand, C is 1, C bar, and D is 0, that is D. So this is how we can simplify any of the K-map problem either in SOP or POS form as per the given problem. Thank you so much.